Hey everybody, here's my impressions of the EA press conference at 2012 E3. So they've started off first with Dead Space 3 gameplay trailer, as well as some co-op gameplay demos. And I don't know, it looks kind of cool. It's interesting. It's another step in a different direction for Dead Space. They're trying to get away from that whole. Well, I don't know if they're necessarily trying to, but they're sort of stepping away on maybe unnecessarily away from survival horror and maybe more into action oriented, because not only do you fight necromorphs, but you seem to fight people as well, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. You also have a new character. His name's John Carver, and I only remember that because of John Carter. But yeah, so he fights alongside you. He pretty much looks exactly like Isaac, except he's got a red suit. Um, I mean, his suit looks exactly. I don't know if he does, but you get it. So that was pretty much all of Dead Space 3. Everyone at E3 was pretty excited for that. And then after that, they did some Madden 13 career RPG like thing where it's basically like a whole RPG. Like you get XP for playing games, you do all this sort of different stuff, and you get your players towards the Hall of Fame. Well, the fake Hall of Fame, not the real one, but that kind of stuff. And then they introduced Battlefield 3 Premium, which gives you like 5 different DLCs. It gives you Back to Karkand, Close Quarters, Armored Kill, and the 2 new ones that they announced. One of them having to do with the Iraqi earthquake level, and another one having to do, it's called Aftermath, having to do with what happens after the game. And that is just awesome. It's for $49.99 for all of that DLC, which is amazing. It's a lot better than 20 each for each thing. You get a ton of new stuff like assignments. You get new maps. You get new weapons. You get new dog tags. A bunch of different stuff. So I'm definitely going to invest my money into Premium. Then they announced some Old Republic new content like new planets, new levels, new stuff like that. Just a ton of new stuff for Old Republic fans that they're just giving back to the community, because I'm not sure if I'm the only one that knew this. Well, they announced it, but like I didn't know that they gave away all of their like stuff for free, like all of the patches and stuff. They did like whole new dungeons, whole new levels, all this stuff, which usually you'd find in like expansion packs. But dang, like it was impressive. And then the really big punch in the middle of the show, Medal of Honor Warfighter gameplay. That was insane. It looked so good. It was running off Frostbite 2, and it looked better if not the same, probably better than Battlefield 3, which says a lot because Battlefield 3 is one of the best looking shooters out there. Warfighter is definitely up there, and I feel like Medal of Honor is going to make a total comeback in this. Because for some people the last Medal of Honor kind of slumped a little bit, but I feel like this one's just totally gonna blow all the other shooters out of the water, and it's got a lot of potential for it. And then they did FIFA 13. They did a gameplay trailer showing all their new physics, which is actually kind of cool. They've got a lot of new mechanics in that game that's going to make it a lot more interesting for FIFA players. Let's see. And then they did UFC. They announced a new game for UFC, having it connected to Xbox, having it connected to a lot of different communities so that it's just like a big experience for UFC fans. And then after that, they did Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I feel is kind of like, it's pretty much like, shit, I'm trying to remember that game. Burnout, is that it? Burnout Paradise. Yeah, Burnout, kind of like, it reminds me of Burnout Paradise. Just the concept of it. They showed a little bit of gameplay footage, and it looked really good. Probably, up there on Forza Motorsport, but it was just out of control how crazy this guy drove and like crashed into stuff, and his car stayed perfectly fine, but all the other people's cars were like getting wrecked and demolished. And literally, I was watching the thing like, why isn't it like, dude, this guy's car is invincible. And then after that, they showed the final thing that EA showed was Crysis 3 gameplay, and that looked really, really good. To be honest, I wouldn't have known the difference between if you had said that had been Crysis 2 gameplay, I would have believed you because they both look really, really good. They gave a date for it. It comes out February 2013. And other than that, that is pretty much all the EA press conference. And my thoughts on all those things, wow, I mean, everything, like every game that they came out with, they got new stuff for it. It was all really impressive looking. EA definitely stepped up their game this year. So that's pretty much all I have to say for the EA press conference.